G'day guys, Dan from Doggo Stainless. Today we're going to go through and install an inline water filter kit for the pet rehydration station. Now, one of the main reasons why you would want to install one of these inline filter kits is for water quality for your pets. They take out a lot of the chlorine, a lot of the minerals that are found inside of water, and it really just helps give a much more pure water for your pet. So what you need for this install is a inline water filter kit, which can be purchased online. That comes with the shroud, the inline filter, and all the accessories required. You'll also need a drill or drills. You need just a pen or a pencil, a tape measure, and optionally you might need some thread tape and quite possibly a level. The first step is actually working out where you want to put the filter. For me, I'm going to put it right above the station, have about a 20mm gap, and make sure I line up the middle screws. Alright guys, so I've mounted my line above the station and my center line for where the actual screw is going to go. So all I'm going to do is just do the middle one first, and then I can put the level on it and level the whole thing up. Make sure that if you have timber or any other metal that goes over the station, make sure you thoroughly clean it, as this can tea stain or rust the stainless. So just keep that in mind. We're just going to take a couple of these screws out. Before we put the screws in, we're just going to peel the plastic off the stainless. This plastic is just merely to protect the stainless during the manufacturing process, and it can be removed before install. Now we can actually mount the shroud with this first screw. Now, it doesn't have to be too tight, we're just wanting the screw to go in there just to help us locate all the other screws. Now I'm going to put a level on this. Just remember that stainless is not magnetic. Something like that. Okay, now we can go through and drill these top ones. The reason why I'm not going all the way through, because if you go too far through, you'll go through and actually scratch the shroud. So now I'm just going to take this screw out and then finish the drilling with the shroud off. Like so, making sure just to keep it clean. Now that all the holes are drilled, we can now put the shroud onto the wall. Now once that shroud's on, we can go forward and install the actual filter into the shroud and connect it all up. You want to get the fittings out of here as well. Take these plugs out. Now just bear in mind, you don't need to tighten these considerably. We do have a rubber washer here, and these threads, if you do over tighten, you will strip them. So you don't need to go too tight. Just hand tight like that is perfectly fine. Same with this side. Now, bear in mind, all of these filters will have an arrow. That arrow is showing you the flow of water. So this side will always be from the tap. This side will always be going to the station. Before installing this filter into your shroud, you actually have to go connect it to water and put about 30 seconds worth of water through the filter at pressure. That way it gets rid of any foreign carbon that's still left over inside that filter. So you can see guys, the first couple of seconds there's that black carbon build up. That's what you don't want going into your flow. So you just have to run it for about 30 seconds with water through it. Now you can go through and install this filter. It will be a snug fit. which is exactly what we're wanting. Just poke it through so the end is out the other side, like so you can connect up your other hose. Now, with this install, I've already had a separate hose connected, so all I'm going to do is take out that brass hex nipple and connect it straight up. Not over tight, but nice and firm. Then we can go through and place it back in the center, like so, and then we can turn the station on. Now, bear in mind in this instance, if you do get any small little leaks, you can always use thread tape on the actual threads. Alright guys, so I've just given a bit of a clean and a wipe down, just making sure there's no wood or foreign elements and particles on the stainless. So now we're ready to fill this up with nice purified water. Have a drink. Good boy. Nice fresh water for you.